Hello traders, Joseph here again. Thank you so much for joining me on yet another edition of my weekly video. Now if this is the first time that you're watching this video, I'd like to welcome you and thank you so much for joining me. And I can assure you that you're in for a treat today. And if you're part of those people that take their time to watch this video every week, I also want to thank you for your continued support, because all the likes, all the shares and all the positive comments has really been helpful. So the reason why I gave this video the title, what do you see when you look at a chart, it's simply because today I want to take you guys into the world of an advanced pattern trader, and what I'm going to show you will literally blow your mind away. I want to show you why trading is an art that takes time to perfect. So now if you're a technical trader, when you look at a chart, you should be able to see three things. These three things are the three structures that make up a chart, bullish, bearish and consolidation. And the reason being, almost every single technical trading strategy comes from understanding how each and every one of these three structures behave. So for me, being an advanced pattern trader, when I look at a chart, I'm more interested in the areas of a chart where there's consolidation, because when the market is in consolidation, almost every single move that it makes results in the formation of an advanced pattern. And if you're an advanced pattern day trader trading on a lower time frame, sometimes your brain needs to work in double quick time. Because when you flick over 5, 6, 7 different charts, you need to be able to see these patterns as they form. And obviously the more skilled you are, when other people can look at a chart and see 1 or 2 advanced pattern, you should be able to look at a chart and see 5, 6 or even 7 advanced patterns. And I'm going to show you guys. So let's head over to the chart. Okay, so I'm looking at the pound dollar on a 30-minute time frame, and I'm actually going to make this a little bit interesting. So for you guys, this is what I want you to do. I want you to pause this video, and what I want you to do is try and see how many advanced pattern you can see just in this section. So let me just put a little box. Yeah, so looking at this section, you can pause this video now and bring up a pound dollar chart on a 30-minute time frame and see how many advanced patterns you can see on this chart. So I'm going to go ahead and show you all the advanced patterns, but make sure you pause it. And I just want to see if you guys can test yourself and see how good you are when it comes to advanced pattern. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw all the advanced patterns that I can see on this chart. And obviously I'm not going to try and use the Fibonacci retracement, simply because it's just going to take a lot of time. But I can assure you that every single one of those patterns is going to be valid. So I'm going to go ahead and start. Let me bring in my triangle. I'm going to start with my favorite color. Got a cipher pattern here that ended up being a painless winner. The next pattern, bring up a different color. Another cipher pattern that brought up a winner. The next one, let me try green. Another cipher pattern. The next one, oh my gosh, I'm running out of colors. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, got a bad pattern here. I need to be taking notes of how many patterns I've drawn now. Okay, I've got 1, 2, 3 ciphers, 1 bad pattern. That's 4. So the next one, I need a different color. Let's go for light blue. I've got a Gartley pattern here. Should end up completing somewhere there. I'm really running out of colors, but let me next one, let me use that one. So the next pattern on this chart, got bad pattern. It's a bearish bad pattern this time. That makes how many? Six patterns. Next one, there's a bigger cipher pattern. This one hasn't been completed yet. Let me that one hasn't been completed yet. That's 7, and the next one, which is going to bring up 8 patterns, is a bearish godly. That will complete just a little bit above the cipher pattern. So that's 8 patterns. Let me see if that's is that okay? Yeah, I think that's it. I can't see any more patterns. But yeah, like I said, just try and see how many patterns you can find. And when you come back to this video, I mean, if you can see more than 8 patterns, then I'll really give you a pat on the back. I mean, if you can see more than 8 patterns, then I'm gonna give you a really special gift. So yeah, I mean, when I mean the patterns, it has to be a godly, a bad pattern, or a cipher pattern, because those are the only 3 patterns that I trade. I mean, there might be other patterns in there, you know, the butterfly, crab, or shark, but I don't trade those patterns. But yeah, just those 3 patterns. Just try and see how many patterns you can come up with. So this is it, guys. I mean, like, all these patterns, you know, this is art. Like, when you look at this, you know, I mean, look how beautiful it is. I mean, sometimes I just post, you know, charts like this on TradingView, just so people can appreciate the beauty of advanced patterns. I mean, it doesn't, you know, for you to be able to do this, it takes time to perfect it. Just like I told you guys, it's just an art. And as an advanced pattern trader, it's just fun. It's really fun just to be around these charts. So anyway, I'm gonna go over to the next one. The next one is not as beautiful as this. Actually, the US dollar against the Japanese yen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off on the daily time frame, and then just show you guys just a general overview. So we can see this chart, we can see what the market has done from here. It just headed straight down south. Now, if you're an advanced pattern trader trading on a higher time frame, there probably isn't much for you to do here. I mean, if I look at it, there isn't much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go a step down to the 4-hour chart. Now it's starting to make a little bit sense, simply because you see all these little blobs that you see right there, those are possible consolidations on a lower time frame. And what happens when you see consolidations, advanced patterns? So let me go over to the 1-hour chart and see if this can be a little bit more, you know, clearer. So yeah, that's the blob I was talking about. So I'm just going to put a little rectangle right there, because that's the area I'm interested in, because that area looks like the market came into a little bit of consolidation. So I'm going to drop this down to my trading time frame. I'm actually going to drop this down all the way to the 5-minute time frame. And where's the box? Where's the box? There it is, right here at the top. So I'm actually going to delete it because it's... So I'm looking at the box right here. This is when the market came into consolidation. So what you can see here, guys, is patterns after patterns after patterns. But again, it depends on your level of skill, because people can look at this and say, oh, it's random, but it's not random. I mean, so the first one, starting with my favorite color, this is what I see. A garlic pattern that completed, ended up completing there. If I traded this gut pattern, it wouldn't have been a loss, because even though we did had a spike below X, my stop loss would have been way below them. So we see a godly pattern. What's the next pattern that we can see on this chart? If I move it a little bit forward, cipher pattern. Actually, I might have missed the pattern. I'm just looking at it right here. I might have missed the pattern right there. So let me just go ahead and draw it for you. I might have missed a godly here. This is a godly pattern. So there it is, guys. I mean, I can only see 3 patterns on there. We might have had a cipher pattern here, but I don't think we hit the 127 extension. Actually, we did hit the 127 extension. So yeah, another cipher pattern. So this is it, guys. This is what the market does in consolidation. It's patterns after patterns after patterns. But you have to be able to understand how these patterns work. You have to be able to train your eyes so you can see these patterns. So the next currency pair I'm going to look at is the Australian dollar against the US dollar. I'm actually going to put this on a much higher time frame and show you guys the patterns that I can see. Actually, let me drop it down to the 30-minute time frame. So looking at this chart on the 30-minute time frame, I'm just going to go ahead and draw all the patterns that I can see. I think it's not a lot, it's about 3 or 4. So it's not as crazy as the pound dollar. Here we go, a cipher pattern here. We'll terminate somewhere there. I'm just bringing back Fibonacci ratio to cover 786 retracement. Yep. You see, sometimes I don't even need the Fibonacci ratio to tell me where those patterns are going to terminate. So the next one I can see here is, I can see a godly. Looking at that impulse leg. This will definitely terminate just a little bit higher than that. So the next pattern I can see, I think we do have a little cipher right there. Bring up my yellow. I think we did have a cipher there. A little mini cipher. Well, that one might have been a losing cipher trade. We did have a spike quite high. So yeah. Okay, so now that I've finished doing that, I'm going to show you guys a possible trade setup as we head into the next week of trading, and it's actually on the dollar Swissy. So I'm going to bump this over to the daily chart because we do have a potential bullish godly forming up that is going to terminate near a structure. So we've actually got 2 patterns, a godly pattern and a bad pattern. Well, here's the godly pattern. I think the godly pattern might have been triggered. No, not yet. It hasn't been triggered yet. So we got a potential godly pattern. That's going to terminate at 127 extension, because the market came within about 13 pips of it and then it rallied. Oh yeah, and there's another pattern, the bad pattern. If you're looking at that impulse leg, we do have a potential bad pattern that's going to terminate a little lower than our godly pattern, the 886 retracement. But the godly pattern is really the one that you should keep an eye on, because that's going to terminate just a little bit below the structure at around 96.47s. And yeah, so this is it, guys. I mean, advanced patterns are really a work of art. I mean, they're just so beautiful. And if it's something that you're really interested in, I mean, I've got loads of videos on this on YouTube that, you know, that's going to show you guys how to, you know, draw each and every one of these patterns, or how to spot them, or how to trade them. And if you really want to take your trading to the next level, then you can head over to my website at the bottom of this this video, and I've got courses there where I'm going to personally teach you guys how to, you know, trade these advanced patterns. and like I said, obviously it takes time. It takes time to perfect it, you know. So yeah, and also at the bottom of this video there's a link to my brand new signal service that I started just this week, and the, you know, the demand has been really high. So I mean, if this is something that you're interested in, I mean, I only send out advanced pattern signals, and what I usually do is every time I send out the emails, you're gonna get the picture of the advanced patterns, obviously, and you know, entries and stops and targets, and so everything is just clear for you to see. So yeah, if that's something you're interested as well, I mean, it's only gonna cost you about £9.99 a month, which is, I don't think I've seen anywhere cheaper, anywhere that do a signal service that's cheaper than that. And if you can find a cheaper, you know, service than that, then yeah, I'll give you your money back. But yeah, so yeah, this is it for today. Sorry the video is a little bit long, but you know, I just hope you like what you see, and yeah, and as always, just, you know, leave a comment, you know, share it, you know, subscribe, or anything that helps really, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.